Hi, my name's Steve Lodge, and today I'm doing this video just regarding the concern I've got. You may have seen a few of my last videos, and it's becoming more and more apparent the sides that are being drawn and the hate that's being bred, the hate, the fear-based hate that is being brewed, that is being that's being stoked. I can feel it. I can see this energy building up now. This hate, this willingness to hate others and to blame and to point the finger. The thing is, the people who are doing this to us, whether you believe it's COVID-19 or whether you believe it's 5G or whether you believe it's something altogether different, this isn't the point. The point is the division. Now, my biggest concern right now is there's a massive divide. There's people who believe that vaccines are going to cure them and their kids, and there's people who believe that this is COVID-19 and everything the government and the media are telling us is true, and this is based on fear and panic. And you know, it's very real for the people who are feeling this way. Also, you've got the opposite side. There's people who have done a lot of research, and you know, there's a lot of proof out there, if you look, that vaccines aren't healthy. Vaccines aren't good for you. There's not this many people who are against vaccines just because they all felt like joining a hate vaccine group. They've got onto this way of thinking because they've researched it, and there's a lot of proof out there. I'm sure there's a lot of proof for and against. So this is why we have to keep an open mind. And this is why my personal belief is there should never be a mandatory vaccine, because it should all be freedom of choice. If you want one for you and your kids, that's great. You know, if you don't want one for you and your kids, that's also great. It's freedom of choice and it's free will. The other thing is 5G. You know, there's a lot of proof out there that 5G is causing radiation poisoning and a lot of other stuff as well. 5G is definitely able to be weaponized. 5G can go up to 100 gigs. You know, there's a lot of information out there if you look. So my personal choices, when it affects me and my family, I like to look. That's what I like to do. The mainstream media tells us a lot of stuff, and it's good, you know, for what it does, if you're into that type of thing. For me personally, do I believe the mainstream media? Well, you know, if someone lies a lot and there's a lot of proof of them lying, I tend to then sort of, maybe right or wrong, I sort of categorize that source as, you know, I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. Why? Because it's been known to not be quite factual. It's been quite biased, and it's quite leading. So I make the choice that I'm not just going to believe it without checking. So if it tells me I need to think and believe this, I'll go, okay, that's what you're telling me. I'm going to go and look to see the opposite side, and then I'm going to make an informed decision. I'm going to decide for myself, because, you know, I value my life and I value my child's life. And if it isn't quite what we're being told, then I believe it's important to find out for myself. You know, we've got brains to think, and if you think for yourself and you come up with the conclusion, no, vaccines are great, then, and someone says vaccines aren't, you can have a debate, you can have a discussion. You can say, I believe vaccines are great because, you know, these ingredients are good for you because of this, this and this. And they can say, well, I believe the ingredients are bad for you because of that, that and that. And maybe you can meet in the middle, or maybe you can just agree to disagree. But this is communication. There's no need for hate. The hate comes from the fear. And the fear comes from, you don't understand what you're thinking and why you're thinking it. So you just have to have it as a belief, and you defend that belief. Just have a look. You know, I'm not telling you vaccines are good or bad. I'm not telling you it's 5G or COVID-19. What I'm saying is rather than just hating someone because they're not believing what you believe, have a look for yourself, and then you can compare notes, and then everyone's informed. Everyone's got information, whether it be right or wrong, you know, but at least the more information you have, the better the choice, the better decision you can make. Because our decisions should be made on information, not what we're told. We shouldn't just be told that's that and just believe it without question. You know, why would we do that? Especially with something so big as what we're being told right now. And especially knowing that we've been lied to in the past. So for me, if someone's doing something or someone doesn't agree with you, you are an intelligent being. You can look for yourself. Just look for yourself and make up your own mind. And then at least whatever happens, it was your choice. You found your information and you made your decision for the safety of yourself and your child and your family based on the information that you found, and you came up with that choice. Rather than just being told this is what you should think in an official tone and in a nice little room and everyone with a serious face, and you know, you should think this. Why? Think for yourself. You've got the time now. Not everything out there is truth. Not everything that we're being fed is truth. Not all of it is lies either. There may be an element of both in both sides. So it's not about being right ourselves. It's about knowing the truth. Whether we agree with that or not, or whether we believe it or that's in our belief system or not. What's important is the truth. So going around hating each other is not the way, which brings me back to my original reason for doing this. My concern is the sides being drawn and there's a lot of hate. If things carry on the way they're going, we don't need to worry what's going on so much with the government or not. There's going to be civil war. People are going to be attacking each other on the street with hate. Someone's going to walk out the ocean with a board and people are going to think it's okay to go and kick the crap out of him. This is bigotry, this is discrimination, this is hatred at its finest. This is the type of hate that went on in Nazi Germany, the hate that we said we'd never repeat again. And people are showing this hate with so much passion that people are joining in with hate, thinking it's okay in this day and age to just hate someone. I saw a post about a kid's party. The kids had a party. Okay, it's against the rules, but it's happened. People are putting posts up about how this boy is going to die. You know, happy birthday, little boy, rest in peace. And people are agreeing and loving that comment and supporting it. This is not right. We should not be doing this to each other. Regardless if it's 5G, regardless if it's COVID-19, regardless of what it is that's actually going on, we get through it together. We don't attack our neighbours. We don't attack each other. If someone's bothering you out, go and speak to them. Keep on your social distancing and just say, are you aware of this? And then just say to them, my perspective is that you shouldn't do this. You know, and see what their perspective is. And then you've got to accept they are where they are and you are where you are. If you choose to follow rules and orders, that's your choice. You know, back in slavery days, people would stand up for blacks and they were deemed bad. You know, because the law was that you kept slaves and they were a lower class. So who was right and who was wrong then? The order followers or the people who didn't follow the law? So you've got to allow people to make their own choices. But regardless of whether we agree with it or not, we stand together. The only way we're going to get through what's going on right now in these unprecedented times is we do it together. We don't fight each other. This has to be called out. This hate has to stop. You can't be hating people. Next, what next? Like I say, what, beating them up? I've heard people saying these people should be locked up, tasered. You know, it's insane. We can't be attacking each other anymore, and it can't be allowed. These people, these admin of these groups, should be stopping this. You cannot be supporting this type of behaviour. You're allowing it to go on in your groups, and it's being supported. Hatred and bullying, attacking people, telling little boys rest in peace because the parents gave them a party for their birthday. This is a community, and this is something we all agree to adhere to. It's not a punishment. We've done nothing wrong. We have to get out of this mindset that, you know, talking to family is a luxury. It's not a luxury. We're allowed to talk. It's social distancing where we keep 2 meters apart. Anyway, think about what I'm saying, or don't. You know, it's about what we do for the future, and our future and our kids' future. If you wouldn't say it to yourself in the mirror, and you wouldn't say it in front of your parents or children, don't say it on Facebook. Love and light. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Thanks.